Alright, hey everybody, this is GeoWill from Productions², and here to stream some more about the game I'm working on, Legend of Emilar. First though, we got 10 days and 10 hours left till the remake. Time has continued to flow in the proper direction. An update on that actually, there was a tweet from Square Enix, if you didn't see it. Actually it was from Yoshinori Kitase and Nomura, that in the EU and also in Australia, you might be getting your copies of the remake early. I think they said that they sent them out this week, or maybe late last week, and some people have already gotten them. Just because of what's going on in those parts of the world right now, and they may not be able to get them to you when the release date hits because of the C virus and whatnot. So there's that, and they also said that, again, reiterated that the all the sales to like Amazon and Best Buy and third-party retailers may or may not get to you on time, just due to the various things or whatever is going on in your locality. If they did reiterate that the SE store pre-orders, they're going to try and get those to us before the 10th or on the 10th. They said by the 10th, so I would assume a little bit before, maybe a day early or something. Should be nice. We'll see what happens with that. That also depends on your local, whatever your local post service is, and however they decide to do it too. With like the vinyl records, they sent them out through DHL, and then USPS in the US at least did the last mile delivery. So I'm thinking to probably something similar. They'll probably have like a shipping company that'll do the major shipping, and then your local. Either local or national post service will deliver it to you. So, something to think about. So, we did a little bit of this last week, I think. I think it was last week. Things are kind of blending together at this point. And we kind of went through and I did some basic kind of write-ups of some of the characters. And yesterday I decided to actually start working on the actual outline, which looks something like this. So what this outline is going to be, it's basically going to be a lot of the main story points. Well, not main story points, but like certain events that'll happen, major events, and some more specific detail, like for the guard point system. That's what I'm calling it now, GP system. I'm calling it for now, until I get a better name. Just so I know, like at certain points, what things should be. Up until like the end of the second week, I'm calling it, week in air quotes, I have already done in the engine in MV. After that, though, it's going to be just working on stuff in here and then taking what's in here and transposing it into MV. Except for, I think, scene 5. That's also in MV right now, in the MV project right now. So for the next little bit, we're just going to be taking stuff, going into MV, seeing what's there, trying to deduce what the hell I was thinking when I did it, because I had the stuff that's in there now for where we're at, I did a while ago, and I don't remember exactly what was supposed to happen and when. So I'll have to kind of dig through the event flags and figure out where the hell things happen at. So for now, I have put in this little extra bit here that's not in the engine, not in the game actually yet. It's kind of like an introduction to the world, kind of showing the map and telling you what the continents and some of the countries are, and a little brief description of them. That's not in the game yet. You actually get dropped right into here. So that's something we'll have to work on. I have no clue what to really do for it. I mean, stylized version of the world map, I don't have that yet. I don't even have a version of the world map that's complete yet, so... where would that be at? That would be... I don't think it's in the game folder. So I don't think I copied that over. Let's see, documents. I think it's in this. No. It must be this then. Here we go, my game. Resources. I don't think I have the cell generator parts. I don't think I have... Yeah, it must be in the other folder, which is on the other drive. I'm not going to turn that drive on as much because, for whatever reason, I actually know the reason, but my motherboard has a problem with it, and it drops the USB connections, and when you have a external hard drive and you drop the USB connection, loses the connection to the computer, it can cause damage to the drive. So I try not to turn them on as much as possible until I get my NAS network attached storage solution bought and up and running. So I don't have to worry about that. And or get another motherboard. I know it's about 50-50. The cost is about the same. But I need the network attached storage because I don't have enough hard drive space in anywhere now, because my old computer had like 6 or 7 drive bays. This one has 1 hard drive bay that doubles as a SATA kind of mounting place, and 2 other SATA mounting places in the front, and that's it. Aside from the NVMe drives slots on the motherboard, which I have 1 occupied, the 1 terabyte drive. So, yeah. But I do have a rudimentary map that kind of shows where the continents are, what they look like, then has the names of them on there, the nations on them. Kind of has like the borders drawn out, and at least for the Felgaran Empire, actually has the provinces drawn out as well as some of the cities added to them, just to kind of give me a reference of where things are at. So when I go and actually make the connections in the game, I know where things should go. Like if we have to go to the capital, which is south of Galig, which is where the province that Claria is in, we don't want to be going north to get there in the game, because that wouldn't make any sense. I've said this a lot, but I think people underestimate just how much work has to go into making the first game of like a series, or just a game in general that hasn't existed before, because the lore, the backstory of the world, all that stuff takes you a massive amount of time to actually build, so you can make something make something out of the game that makes sense. I mean, you can go in and make a game just, out of your head, but I think we've seen enough. I think we've all seen enough RPG Maker games on Steam to know that doesn't work very well. So I'm trying to make sure I have things grounded as much as possible in actual documentation and whatnot. Anyway, so what happens is you have this introduction. We go into the introduction to Felto, so he's in the plains doing the jumping around training crap. Says he has to go back home to eat lunch and take a nap before, get some rest before the first day of training at Fort Goslin, which is what I'm not calling it. And then we go to there after a flashback. Then we go there, we get up to the lecture room, sit down and hear a lecture about what you're going to be doing After that, you leave, you go back to your house, and then you go to the second day. So on the second day, it just shows you like kind of like a cutscene, if you will. It's just like a kind of like a montage kind of cutscene or something of you just going there and sitting in the classroom and coming back. You're not going to have an actual thing there. There will be some side quests you can take on at that point. A fetch quest and 2 hunting quests, just so you can get some levels and experience in the battle system before having to go through like 2.5 to 3 hours of not doing that. So there's a lot of build up to the actual game starting. So I want to make sure you have something to kind of keep you interested and engaged with the game. So there'll be some of these kind of side quests throughout the beginning part. Small stuff that's not going to be too hard. So then we have like a 3rd to 6th day kind of same thing of that, but you just go there, you see the training room, you come back to your house, and then you just continue and repeat. I might not show every day, I might show like the 3rd and 5th and 6th days or something. Not sure how that's going to work. Then you get to week 2, which is the one where you actually go there and you have the lecture about the weapons and all the weapons and what they do and how to use them best and whatnot. After that, you come back to Claria, and then I think there's an event that happens that you have to partake in once you go back to your house, which is where I stopped yesterday working on this stuff. Where are you, MV? You are closed. No. I need to reopen you. And the reason I decided to stop then was because I was just having a massive headache trying to figure out what was what. So I didn't really go through and do the event triggering very well. Didn't label it very well. So in scene 1, not that one. We want scene 2. Claria. So I think this is the one that we have. Oh, this is when we come in. We don't want that. Let's change it to night when we get here. I think it's actually in Feltho's house. Where are you? There. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, this is it. Okay, so you go to sleep, and in the middle of the night, you're kind of woken up by somebody banging on your door, saying that monsters are attacking you, and you have to go out there and basically kill them all and protect the village. Since you're a recruit, they're kind of forcing you to help with help the regular guardsmen to deal with it. So it falls. Go back home. Invasion event. Let's call it that. Knocks on door. Wakes you up. Says the village is being attacked by monsters, and you need to get your ass out of bed to help them. Okay, okay, type. Go outside. Have to kill. Now, how many monsters do we actually have to kill? Like, you have to clear the village of them, but how many actually are there? And is there a boss? These are important things to know. So I think this is one. Yeah. I'm actually keeping track of these, though, somehow. There's gotta be a counter so we know when we're done. So I might not have fully... set it up yet. So we at least have 3, I think this is 4. Well, it is, but it's not set up. So I actually haven't finished this yet. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think this is 1, 2. Yeah, 9. 10. I don't think you have to actually fight all of them. 11. I think what'll probably happen is that as you fight them, you go into one battle, you come out of it, then some of the other guys will have killed off other ones, so you probably have to fight maybe like 3 battles. I'll have to figure all that out. Here we go. Quest mob count equals 15. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have to do 15 fights is excessive. That would be really annoying, I think. Let's say you're going to do 5. So you have, well, there's going to be 1, 2, there's going to be 4 other, possibly 5 or 6 other, well, there's going to be a bunch of people, so, maybe it's a case of where you go into one battle, everybody else is fighting everything else, and then more come in and you have to find another fight to fight. Maybe that's it. What would be better? I think the only recruits from Claria that are actually shown are Kyrathan and Feltos, so the other ones are like from Hellenden and the other village I haven't created yet. So I think, and there's going to be 1, 2, yeah, there's going to be at least, there's going to be most 4 guardsmen out here also fighting, so that's, what, 6 people, including the player. So if we want to do 5 fights, Decisions. I think that would be interesting, though, to show people actually fighting different monsters at different times. So, like, insinuating that everybody takes out the first wave, and there's, like, waves of monsters coming in. The only problem is then you have, like, one that's going to be left open for the player, and that doesn't make much sense. So there should be more there than what's needed, but some more should pop up once some others are defeated, I guess. Events are hard. Okay, so here's what we'll do. These guys are always showing. Let's make a new page. We'll copy it. Switch. What's the switch called again? What are you? You are Quest 5 start. Event 1D on. I think that's from the house. It's not that one. Yeah, okay. So, and this one says 12, what the hell? If we're doing it in here, we don't have to do it out there, though. We'll have to clean that up, I think. Anyway, so yeah, it's that, this one. Actually, it's both of them, so we have to have both of these on. S2, Photo House Event 1D. So again, we're doing this multiple times. Probably was debugging something. Okay, so you will be on 2. You have 2 switches. One will be for Quest 5 start. And the other one will be for this. So if both of those are on, you're going to be nothing. I mean, none. And trigger below. That should be fine. Apply. Don't think I can copy this and take it over to another NPC, though. But we can try. Oh, no, yeah, we can. Never mind. I'm gonna do that. Okay, copy. Paste. Cool. Alright. So those guys are gonna go away from there. Same with these. Paste. Paste. Alright. So, and then I'm going to copy this guy. Is this one here? No. This one is. Yes. Alright, so we got to figure this out. So I'm going to be facing this way. It's going to be fixed. Actually, we're going to have a custom route. and it's going to repeat. So it's going to move back. No, it's going to move left, and then it's going to go this way and this way. So left and right. Move. We need to fix the position though. Direction fix on. And then move left. And then move right. So these two triggers be facing the other direction, which is this way. Custom, again, fixed direction, and then move right then left. Below. I'm going to say normal, normal. Make sure I do that for this one too. Okay. So what should happen now is this should be moving backward this way, and this one should be going this way, and it's kind of simulating that they're fighting each other. I need to make sure this is not interactable now. It's below character. Okay. Copy this. Flip it around. Change the routes. Same thing here below. Face to the left. The left, yes. Then direction fix, and whoops. Then move right then left. All right. This is 1, 2, right? Yeah. Move right, and then paste this guy here. Oh, didn't work. Okay. Now I'll just be fine there. And this is also 1, 2. So, move left or right and direction fix. Okay. So kind of something like that. Then you have to go around and find a monster to kill. Once they're dead, once you kill that one, the ones that are currently being fought will go away, and then they'll move to other enemies, and some new ones will spawn in. So there'll always be a couple that are free, open for you to fight. You want to fight just one specific one somewhere on the map. I do think there should be a boss. Not a hard one, but something just like some sort of super bat, or maybe super ghost, or an imp, or something like a weak one. But yeah. So we definitely have this thing. So I have to kill 5 waves. So wave is kill 1 enemy on map. New wave. maybe a boss after 5 waves. Okay, I don't know if we want to have anything like some sort of, well, we gotta have some sort of after it's all done, some sort of scene to talk about it. But who should be there? I don't think Herschel should be there. I think that it wasn't just Clary, it was all over the place. So Herschel was probably helping defend Fort Goslin. So it should just be like the guard, the Rum Guard that are there, and some of the recruits, old Kyrith and Felto, the recruits, and potentially some of the villagers. All right. So, week 2. So week 2, day 2 through day 6. C1F. And then this will be week 3. Alright, so week 3, I'm not sure if I have that in here yet. What would that be? Scene number 3. Okay, so this is actually the second, so why is that there and not underneath scene 2? Oh, because it is scene 2. Weird. See, I don't think I have 3 done yet. It's definitely going to be historical stuff, though. I already established that in the first or second training session. That's the third week would be about historical battles and stuff like that. And the tactics used and if they're right or not. In all these, I'm going to be putting in some like sections where you can answer questions to get points for the guard point system, which I've actually also fleshed out down here. So how this guard rating scale thing works is that it's actually not, it's going to be negative scale max of 50. You can actually go below, basically it's infinite on the bottom end, so you can go like to negative 1,000. I mean, you can't, but if you could, you could. If you could, you could. So how it goes is that there's a scale from negative whatever to 50. 50 being the highest band of stipend. So if you end up after the training is done with a GP of 50 to 35, you'll get 4,000 gold a chapter. If you have a 43 to 26, it's 2,000 gold a chapter. 25 to 10, it's 800 gold a chapter. 9 to negative 10 is 200 gold a chapter, and below 10, negative 10, it's 50 gold a chapter. And you'll have a couple chances throughout the game to kind of increase your GP, your rating, which is why I'm not going to call it GP, because it's at first I was thinking it was just going to be a one-time thing. You would just have, you know, this thing to set you up for the rest of the game, but then I thought there should be points in the game where you should be able to increase it due to what you've done or your choices or whatever kind of events I want to have to do that with. So I'm going to change it to something else. The name of it's something else. But yeah, so you can increase it as you go through the game at certain points. So you're not going to be locked into a particular band. You can also drop it though. That's the other thing. You can increase it and drop it depending on what you do and how you do it at certain points. So yeah, like this could give you a huge boost in terms of like being able to afford things. The problem with this though is I have to be able to balance it a bit. So these probably aren't going to be staying where they're at. They'll probably be dropped a bit. Either that or things will be crazy expensive, which will make it harder if you don't get a good rating to get stuff, which is kind of the problem here. So we'll have to figure out how to balance that properly. So I think on the third day it'll be afternoon, so Maybe it'll give you the ability to do a quest in the morning or something. There will be like side quests that are only available during certain times of the day. Oh, I know what it'll be. We'll make it a slightly interesting one. Old man at pond. So it'll be like a fighting kind of thing. So you go fishing, and anytime you catch a fish, you'll have to fight it in like a battle. And if you beat it, you get to keep the fish. If not, it goes back and you have to try and catch it again. And there'll be ponds throughout each province. Well, not every province, but in a couple of them there will be. And as you go throughout the first part of the game, you'll have to collect all the different types of fish from them and then bring them back to this guy and he'll give you something for it. I'll have to change his story a little bit, though, to make this work, because based on his story, all the fish are supposedly gone. So maybe I'll just say that they're not gone, they're just, like, severely depleted. I'm going to make a note of that. Alright, so then once ready, head back to Felto's house, rest, then to rest, then in the afternoon head to Fort Goslin for week 3 of training. Now I need to grab this. So every week, the points you can get or lose from where you sit in the rows will change. So back row minus 12. Mid row will give you 5, and front row will give you 7. Let's see. Historical lecture. So let's actually add in the question stuff too. That can go in here because we haven't done it yet. It's not in the game yet, so this is basically just the introduction to things. What can we do for here? I'm gonna like do quizzes. That would be annoying. That would be a way to make sure the players are paying attention, not just blowing through dialogue. I think it would work better in the second and third lectures than the first one. The first one's just kind of telling you about the guard force. Yeah, I think so. I'll actually have to read the text of this. I have no clue what's in the second lecture, to be honest, anymore. I know it's a huge, freaking, gigantic wall of text, though. Floor 2. Yeah, all that. They're going to be doing some reading in this game. I'm not afraid to say that. I'm going to make you read. Alright, so, circumvent tactics, that's right, and that's the last thing to talk about. 12 major weapon types. Swords, daggers, bows, rods, staves, axes, guns, scythes, whips, gloves, knuckles, and claws, spears, maces, and clubs, and grimoires. Damn. So maybe, like, at the end, talk about what each type of... Maybe have, like, a couple questions on which type of weapons are best for builds, I guess, like character types. Like, for example, if you have a character that has high magic, what would be the better weapons for them? Obviously, it'd be grimoires, I would think. Rods and staves are more like going to be for monk kind of characters, I would think. Along with maybe claws and knuckles and gloves. So, of course, then you have the subtypes, like the two-handed, basically, and there's also some other types of... I went to town on this thing. There's all kinds of information. I mean, you kind of need to know it to know what the weapon types are. I also want to put in a little bit more than just saying this is what it is and this is how it's used, and kind of make it a bit more informative, like it would be an actual like lecture on this stuff. I'm also contemplating putting in a system where certain weapons will actually get... well, actually, they already do get boosts, don't they? Well, certain weapons that will have like an actual damage reduction or damage debuff at lower levels or lower refines, like scythes, for example. Like I mentioned in here that they're excessive and take a lot of experience to use properly, so maybe they have like a 20% damage penalty at lower levels, on the lower weapon levels. Again, just like adding a little bit more spice to the weapon level system plugin that we have in this game. Alright, let's make a few in here. Week two. There we are. Weapon explanation. So, quiz. Let's call it a quiz, for want of a better term. Q1. What weapon type requires a lot of experience to use correctly? Properly, we'll say. So, swords. And the wrong answers will take away points. Yeah, I spelled grimoires wrong. What is it? Is there an E? Groomers, Grammys. The hell? Does not have grimoire in there. Word, where are you? Let's see if Word has it. Oh, there is an E. Okay. I was one letter off. And this thing doesn't have it in its thing. Wow. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Nice. Can I add it? Learn spelling. Yes, I can. Size. And claws. Okay. Question 2. There also has to be some questions that other people answer besides the player. So maybe this will be like the player will get 2 questions. There'll be maybe like 4 or 5 total. What are the sub-class types for... Now I have to go look at what I wrote. Something that has multiple. So, maces and clubs are blunts. So I guess we do. Actually, I think we'll do 3. Actually, we'll use this one as one as well. But I need to find something that has multiple. Whips. Okay, we'll do whips. God, we're gonna have a very, very funny one in here. Just thought of a joke answer. It'll get you minus 50 points, but it's gonna be a joke answer. So we'll say. And bullshit. There's the joke answer right there. And then leather whips and leather whip and did I say blade? Is it blade? Yeah, blade whips. Blade whips. So this will be a minus 8 points. This will be a minus 2 points. This one will be a minus 50 points. Literally, I wasn't joking when I said minus 50. This will be a plus 8 points. Cool whips. Alright, and then third one will be the pugilist weapons one. So Q3. What weapons? Pugilists. I think there's a, yeah, added a little extra too much into that. Pugilists. So, swords. Minus 10 points. I'll take that 7 points. And then gloves, knuckles, not the echidna. And what was the other one? Claws. Plus 8 points. I already did 8 points. 4 points. Okay. And then we'll have like some other questions that won't be for the player. And then we have to work on the historical stuff. So let's work on that right now. So I'm going to need to make a new section, I guess, called History. Add new folder, History. Folder, countries. Should go in there. New folder, events. World events, I guess we'll call it. No clue if we go in there, I'm just going to put that there. And we'll have another one for like battles and stuff. Battles, which is what we're going to be doing now. So, new text. It's going to call this lecture. Alright. Now comes the hard part. We got to figure out battles, and we got to figure out some fictional battles and tactics and all kinds of things, and figure out who was fighting them and why they're fighting them and when they were fighting them, and make it sound interesting. and figure out how detailed we want to go. Like, I don't want to like have like a blow by blow kind of description of a battle. It's got to be ruthless. I just read this. Not ruthless. It's got to be detailed, but not too detailed, while also being able to convey like tactics and things like what Herschel's trying to tell during the lecture. So I think we could do maybe one from like the Reformation War from Gaul, before it was Gaul. I think this is all about, yeah, Knights from Gaul were its largest power. So Gallardia was the major nation at that time, so I'm going to note that down. So, now what about timeline-wise? This is the other friggin' thing, is trying to figure out a reasonable timeline. So this is going to be a while ago. I mean, not like centuries ago. Okay, it was centuries ago. Well, maybe not centuries. I think it was, Gallardia was formed 700 years ago, but I think the actual war that happens much more recently. So, and what even, I don't even know what the present date is for the game. I haven't even thought about that. Like the date that the game takes place on, the year, and like where that is in relation to the historical stuff. Damn. That was an oversight. So let's say that it happened, so it's 700 years ago. Let's say 305 AD through 329 AD. So pretty long war. Not so much a war as a kind of like a sustained uprising and rebellion kind of thing. All right, so major points we want to get in here. Gallardia and the Gaulians. So Gaul, nation state. Let's see. Need to find something somewhere that references a place that we can set up a battle at. So Treg. Haven't read this in a while. I think the computer was doing its thing, I think. Did some disconnecting and reconnecting and killing of the sound and whatnot. Okay, so we could, I guess we could make something in Treg, like Wargmont. So those are the entities involved. Now we need the actual people involved. So Batlet. What's her first name? Sendel Batlet. Okay. Wayland, who? Where did I just see that name? It's not, it's actually in the thing, so it's not, there it is. Hey, we don't have a first name for this guy. Or maybe not a last name. Awesome. Oh, here we go, Thaddeus Wayland. Really? Oh, because it's spelled differently up here. That's why. Thaddeus Wayland. He's the Knight General of the Gallardian military. Okay. Whoa. Whoa, what's going on here? There we go. Knight General of... Treg. Okay. Kind of get the idea of how this goes. Call this the, so this will be kind of towards the end of the war, I would think. It's probably in 324 AD. So now I gotta chop this up into text window sized bytes down, so I can just copy it over fairly easily. Because even if I can just write it all out, but if I do it so that's in the proper format for like the if you do like the multi-line option on the text window and you just copy it in, you can just copy it in and it'll be done. You won't have to modify anything. Problem is I need to figure out the number of characters. Create something here. Show text, batch entry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 20. So at most 55. We want to make sure probably go underneath that though. So no more than 48 to 50 characters in a line, and then 4 lines per window. So I have to keep that in mind too, in terms of like where sentences stop and should begin. So let's make a note of that. So 48 to 50 characters, 4 lines, a window. So like a character counts. Well, it's down here for the entire document, not for the line though. Okay. Well, we'll figure it out. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10 characters. So that's 40, 50. So if I take this, we paste it over here. Yeah, that should be good. Of course, it also depends on what the characters are and capitalization and whatnot. So it's also a thing to be aware of. So this is the length we want to do. So once we get to this area here, we need to go to another line. So we have to do this. Is it this or is it angle brackets? What are you? Yeah, so end and angle brackets. Herschel. Stop capitalizing that, and the tactics behind them. Ugh, that's might be too long. Better understanding of war and battle. So that's the first window. I don't do too many, so at most like 2 or 3. Talk about 3. So that's 3 lines. Galardia. It really wasn't for independence. It was more survival. Hey, Hunting Swan. Thanks. Yeah, it's a lot of work. So it wasn't really a battle for independence. It's more... It kind of was, kind of wasn't. So the whole thing that was going was that... so Galardia was the largest nation on... in... What the hell's the... What is the name of that... Tilran. So it's like a kind of like a large continent in the northern hemisphere of the world, which is called Elisnar. And there were other nations and nation states on that continent. Gaul was one of them. They were the last kind of... I don't want to say rebellious, but they were the last one that considered themselves separate from Galardia. All the other ones had been subjugated over the years, either because Galardia required them for sustaining food supplies, or because they took over them to tax them. for money. And Gaul was like the last one kind of resisting it a bit. They were still kind of under Gallardian control, but they weren't giving them everything that they were supposed to. That kind of a situation. But so Gallardia eventually had enough of it, and they sent in this guy to try and kind of spook the inhabitants of Gaul to kind of decide to become part of Gallardia proper. And this guy comes in and basically goes to the capital city, starts kind of beating people up, not really abducting people, but like kind of arresting them and throwing them in dungeons. And I think he also did some like public executions of a couple of people. And then eventually there was a protest where a bunch of people got around and chained themselves around a statue that this guy wanted to remove. What was his name? Trent Filbar was ordered to remove because it was like a symbol of Gaul's past. It was like one of their kings or whatnot, and he was ordered to remove it to kind of chip away at their will, and this group of people chained themselves around it so they couldn't. So he had his soldiers round up the men and rape the women in front of them, and it kind of kicked off this gigantic sort of rebellion within the city that then spilled over into a war between Gaul and Gallardia that then ended up with Gallardia being taken over and the United Nations of Gaul being formed. And this was kind of the battle that started that whole later process. So I guess in a way it is kind of so how to let's say freedom. Screw it. It is tropey as hell, but screw it. We're gonna go there for freedom. Okay, so that's 4 lines. Whoops. I'm just going to separate. Well, I can't. If I put another space there, it won't work when we do the batch text boxing. So I'll just have to make it look really, really weird. Okay. Whoops, that wasn't right. Herschel. Again, I don't want to. There's only so many ways you could put this. Open rebellion. Screw it. We're going to go full trope here. So fomenting wouldn't fit here. It's not the right. Fomenting means you're creating something over time. This isn't really what that was It's not really what was happening. It wasn't fomenting. It was like a undercurrent kind of thing. Fomenting. Yeah, so like provoking. There weren't. So it wasn't really. Well, I guess technically, yeah. Galardia was okay. I guess it would work. I just had to add in that Galardia's actions had been fomenting for some time. Soldiers. That was until it doesn't really make so. Once the Wargmont. Quickly. All right. So Herschel. So how exactly did they get involved? I want to make sure I'm sticking to the lore I made. Eventually, let's see, searches were conducted at every house, closed group assassination. Alright, there was an assassination made on the king. Right. Okay. And it turned out it was the Wargmont, and they had a secret base of operations within Treg, and that's what they found. Let's see, the Wargmonts had a base of... Let's say a base. Sure, what was the king's name? Emilar the Third. It's King Emilar the Third. After King Emilar was assassinated, was discovered while and the other person that came in was that Wayland person. Well, I guess it wasn't him specifically. He came later. It was just the Galadian military. Galadian military was conducting house-to-house searches for those responsible. Okay. public claim of responsibility. As Galardian military. Okay, so we have an extra line there that we don't actually know. There's 4 lines there, isn't there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. Galardia sent in Thaddeus Wayland. So, how did this exchange actually go, or did it not actually get into that much detail in this? Let's see. Not going to mention that fact that she was Galardian. Okay, so yeah, this is perfect. Historical reports. Alright, let's see Galardia. Yeah, doesn't sound right. Like Galardia could not get spies into and then back. I don't say into and back out. That's like, could not get spies successfully retrieve information. Successfully retrieve not information, but crap. Specific term for it. And I knew it half a second ago, and now it's flowing out of my brain very successfully. I'll say intelligence. Intel on the Wardmat's movements within Treg. Movements. Gotta type it up the exact same way. Damn, there we go. That's actually a 5th line, isn't it? Not prepared for Okay, so 1, 2. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So next one would be here. So they went into the city to think they were just a rebellion of maybe some trained fighters, but nothing that they couldn't handle, and they got their asses handed to them. And had to retreat out of the city, and as they were doing that, they were trying to lure the Wargmont out to essentially rush back in and try and crush them up against the walls so they couldn't have any ability and take them out that way. I'll have to fix this one. All right, so actually just be heavy, not more heavy. Heavy resistance. And that's Sendal Batlet. So let's copy that down there. Wow, what the hell? The format is wrong. Very wrong. Is there no format painter in this thing? There isn't. So Calibri normal 11. Where are you? Do I have to do that with also with Wayland? Oh no, I typed that out up there. Okay, it's just these first ones are the pull out of words, so they have that weird font. And the tactics and tactics and strategy. Stratagems, actually. Stratagems. It's not how you spell stratagems, but there we go. I typo capitalized that myself that time, so Scrivener wouldn't have to. Galaria. Instead of trying to figure out how to spell gorilla, I'm just going to copy it from when I knew how to spell it back over here. So, gorilla style tactics. Should be guerrilla warfare. So this might be a little bit too much. Damn. Actually, we have a little bit of room, but that doesn't mean anything. Because things are going to get shifted down. This is the other part. When you don't pay enough attention to what's going on. So after King Emilar was assassinated, was discovered. I was discovered a while. House to house, so that should probably come down from here. Responsible. Damn. Actually, no, it can still work. This can still work. There. Fixed. God. This might be too much, though. I need to bring this down. I can't tell. It's too far away now. These should be fine. Barely, but this one obviously not. Alright, just need to take this without removing the line. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one will be a new window. So which means this has to come down as well. All right, now we have some work to do. So I made a mess of this. All right, let's make sure this makes sense. Called his forces, not forced. So forward called most of his forces. Small number to hang back, continue fighting as they pulled out. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be a new window. This will be a new line. New window. Let's see. Now here's where I made the first mistake. Took the personally lost focus. One, two, three, four. So this will be another window. And then just comes another line. This is how you end up with like this. That's how you end up with like this much text is just going through and writing stuff. All right. That's not spelled correctly. Damn it, this retreat is too far over. So is the it's. And maybe the though. One, two, three, four. So this is going to be the start of the next window now. This is where things get really messy when you have to make these kinds of changes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. Okay. These ones also might be a bit too long. Definitely. I mean, it should work. This is only 50 out of 50. What did I say? 3 or something, or 54? But I want to make sure there's no chance for it to run over. So it's one of the more annoying things when doing actually long blocks of text in RPG Maker is getting this part right. If you're not doing it in there. If you're doing it in there, it makes it easier, but then you have to deal with the fact that you have typos and who knows what else, and it's kind of hard to properly read it. I mean, it looks like this, but it looks worse. Like if I was to take this and go... Oh wow, we are actually way off on a lot of this. Well, this is the first pass, so we'll have to come back through and fix it up. Once we know that all the spelling's correct and what we want to say is said, then we put it in here and then fix up the rest of it. But yeah, it gets really messy sometimes. Actually, most of the time it gets really messy, to be honest. Anyway, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So this becomes the next window. So this goes down here. Tire. I guess it's spelled the same way. I think. Pretty sure it is. Tire, then rush out and defeat them. This is where I need to reword this. Weeks? Would that really be realistic, though? Would you be able to realistically assume or realistically believe that this moron Wayland, who's supposedly like really, it's like the Knight General, so basically like the leader of the military of Galardia, would make this kind of a mistake for weeks and fall prey to this? So I think it wouldn't be necessarily weeks. We could say they already had they had the materials instead to build it, which took a couple days. And should be took them, not her. Them several days. Okay. So, not that one. Again, we'll have to go back through and fix all this, but what wouldn't be routes? Okay, now let's fix this up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, and so if you're wondering what this is a tag that you put into a text box if you're using Yanfly's advanced message plugin that allows you to print a name above the text box, so you can like identify who's talking. But it does take up characters within the text box, so you have to account for it when you're spacing out the text like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Let's actually do this first. It's not going to be perfect. We'll have to do some more adjustments, but... All right, so... One, two, three, four, and this one. Ah. Okay. So then 2, 3, 4. All right, so that is the first one. How did I miss that? That's way too much. That's gonna alter everything, I think. Whoops. Whoops. Damn it. All right, there we go. Yeah, it should go to the next line too. So now 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess not. Weird. It should have, but it didn't. So somehow it didn't. That was strange. Let's make sure 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 1, 2, 3. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Oh, I bet when I put in the Herschel thing, it probably knocked everything over on that line. I think that's probably what happened. Okay. So, let me go ahead and save this real quick, and then let's go and throw this into here. And I'm just going to cancel that, cancel this. We're going to go to, what is this one? It's my test map. Oh, that's for the event indicators, that's fine. We can do that here. Let's put, it's like a test map sort of thing that I have for doing stuff like this. Let's put in It doesn't have to be Herschel, but I guess we'll put him in. Now, which one is underneath? Support 1? Yeah, there we go. Doesn't matter what, same as character action. Okay. Now we gotta fix everything. All the nasty. Even all the way up to here. God damn. Okay. This is gonna take a bit of time to sort out. This is why it's gonna take a while. Alright, let's see. So 1, 2, let me go ahead and actually copy this. I'm going to be pasting this a lot, I think. So that's the 4th line. So this one should go here. No, down here. Okay. That's only 3. Which means that this would be the next one. Well, actually, no. Let's keep that way. It's a natural breaking point in terms of the pattern of speech. It's an actual place where we can just have it stop there. Okay. Man, I was off on so much of this. Actually, it wasn't everything, but shifting everything down and moving things around has made things go out. I need to fix all the capitalization nonsense too. Extra space. Okay, let's see. No, I'm missing some. There's one there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three, 4. One, two, three, 4. Another line or another window. 1, 2, 3, 4. Peasants fighting soldiers. Actually, stop this one there. Got involved. Changed quickly. Yeah, it's another good natural breakpoint. Assassinated. Discovered. Galardian military was conducting So 2, 3, 4. So that'll be the next window. It's another natural breaking point there, so. Should have been a comma there. That should have an apostrophe, so I'll have to bring that down a line. Let's make sure our line numbering is correct here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, so this is a new window. One, 2, 3, 4. You're kidding. At first hand look at the insanity of this text box system. There's no way to increase the size of this either, so you have to work in this tiny little window and hope that everything you're doing isn't wrong up above, because then you have to redo everything again. I've had that happen before. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a new. Actually, what we should do is this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, this is the fourth one for this window. This will be the next window. 3. So one more. It's the start of the next one. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Technically. Actually, I can put that at the end of this. That'll fit. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3. So that's 4. So 2, 3, 4. I say that's like 3 spaces there. What the hell? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's right. Okay. So that is what all that text turned into, is all of this. I'm going to save that. We're going to throw a start point here. And we're going to check it out. That's so perfect. Yeah, it can be a nightmare, as you just saw. All right, let's see what this looks like in game. Okay, that looks good. Okay. That's all fitting in the windows so far. It's nice. Some of those natural breaking points I was talking about feel unnatural, very. Now that I'm looking at them in this thing. Probably make more sense if I was reading it, but I'm just looking for the text placement and making sure things aren't like going way out here. So far it looks good. Oh, there's some typo there. Okay, cool. Only a little bit of absurdity in that one. I've had times where, let me see, where's a good one? Flashback. This one was insane. I had to redo this one so many times. Ignore all of this stuff. The reason for it is because all of this text is done on timing. So all these hash marks and whatnot can add in delays to this caret, which allows you to auto advance text. So, for example, let me load this up. I think I can just put myself over here and it will just go. Yes, we are now loading into a loading error because images are not there. Damn. Okay, we have a resource problem. Why is your face tile not in here, Leonard? Where did your face go? Images, characters, faces. Oh, because it's part of the sub-party now? Yes, it's part of this now, instead of being an individual thing. Like I had with these. So I need to fix that. Damn. How many times do I have to... Oh god, it's everywhere. Everywhere. This is gonna take a bit of time. I think this one. Yeah, Rigel. And then you run into these problems where you do something, you change something, and then you have to redo everything. Yeah. No, wait, that's Leonard, isn't it? Who was what here? So this is old Leonard, this is old Rigel. Okay, here we go. It's this one. No, it's Rigel, not Leonard, this one. Did he have an eye? Yeah, he had an eye patch in the young one. I gotta remember the actual stuff to use, too. Damn. Yeah, this thing's going to be fairly complicated. It's going to have several really advanced, well not advanced, but really complex plugins. There's like I have a weapon, advanced weapon plugin script that basically creates weapon instances that allows you to level up weapons individually, and you can combine them and refine them and make them stronger. So theoretically, you could use like the first weapon in the game at the very end of the game, depending on how much work you put into it in terms of leveling, refining it, and then synthesizing it in other weapons into it. Let's see. Yes, that's not correct either. This is Leonard as well. God. This is the problem, making changes when you've already done some stuff. And I had to do it because I had to combine things together to make things have less files and whatnot, but this is what happens. And really like me, and you write gigantic Great Walls of China of text. You end up having to do a lot of this. That was Rigel, right? Yeah. Yeah, mine's gonna be something more akin to like some of the like the character system in Chrono Cross mixed with the quest system in Skyrim, but with more focus on actual story progression than in Skyrim. But yeah, there's going to be all kinds of branching story paths, and things that you choose to do can actually cause the game to end early at certain points, for better or worse. It's going to be pretty complex. Okay, now who was this? This was Rigel. Right. Okay, there's actually a bunch of movement stuff, so we're almost done. Rigel. Whoops, that's not the right button. The most insane part of this thing is just the friggin' all the writing you have to do. I think it's something that a lot of people, including myself, kind of, when they think about, oh, I'm going to make an RPG, kind of underestimate the amount of actual dialogue you have to stuff into these. It's easier on like AAA games. Well, maybe not, because you have to do voice acting, but all this because I wanted to show off the timing, how this timing stuff works. I would have had to do this anyway, so it's better to do it now than later. Still Rigel, jeez. How much text did I write for you, Rigel? A ton, apparently. I have to even go back and fix some of this. It doesn't quite work right. All the movement and whatnot. I think at some point they get stuck somewhere, or part of the group does. Okay, I hope and think that that's enough. What's this? That's more movement stuff. Okay. Now, let's see. This should actually load this time. Really? I missed one. Oh wait, I know what it is. It's the sprite. Where would support? Yes. Everybody else looks okay. Oh, I think I need to move myself down to here. Let's see if this works now. If not, we'll have to go through the entire flashback, which we can do. But I just wanted to show this one part. Okay, here we go. So this whole thing plays by itself. You don't have to do anything. It's all time-based. That's what all those weird slashes and hacks and pipes and carrots were about. Oh, that was weird. I'll have to fix that window. Yeah, go ahead. And thanks for the follow, Jinxwan, Mr. Apothic, and Brancy95. Just noticed those. This tree here is actually there to tell me where it stops at, or should stop at. So I had to go through and count every tile manually as for where things were going to move and where they were going to do stuff. Ah, crap. Okay, it's broken because I put myself down there instead of somewhere else. Not sure where I was supposed to go to. LMPG myself. There's the to make custom tile sets to start. Story of 4 elements, but instead of gathering them, beautifying them, instead your goal is attempting to prevent it from occurring, as they were regarded by dragons who all but killed corruption and humanity. Yeah, it sounds interesting. It sounds really, the story sounds like an anti-pattern of what a normal kind of RPG Maker RPG would be. In terms of like the whole idea of not combining those elements. Yeah, I think some of the best story ideas come from trying to subvert tropes in a particular genre. So I think that would be a pretty good idea. Hey, Heroic Zephy. Yeah, for this part of it, there's going to be several parts of this game where you're just going to have like stuff like this that happens. More cinematic parts. When I don't break it because I put myself in the wrong place. Let me actually see if I can do this from the beginning. The flashback, so I can actually see this thing work like it's supposed to. This might still break it anyway. No, it shouldn't break it from here. It should be fine. It's a little bit broken because I actually was supposed to be on the other side of him. That's right. No, what? Damn it! Again? Are you kidding me? Actually, I'm not surprised. I am not surprised at all. Now, is it just in? It's in party, I think. Yeah, there it is. I'd forgotten I hadn't fixed all this stuff. That was just that one scene there. Need to get a younger version of him. I thought I had made one at some point, but yeah. Let's see. Let me just hit OK on this real quick. Oh, wait, no, I want to keep the changes. Let me see, where did I think I just searched up how to auto-scroll text or auto-advance text in, on the RPG Maker forums. There might be a wiki out there, though, that has it. Let's see. Whoops, that was not supposed to happen. Here we go. RPG Maker. There's a fandom wiki. Not sure how detailed it is. Normally when I'm looking up stuff, I usually go to, let's see if I remember the forums. I think it's this one. Well, it might be. If they updated their forums. Yeah, it is this one. They did update their stuff. So I'm just going to drop this into the Twitch chat real quick, in case you want to also do so. But I found a lot of answers on this forum. People here are very helpful. So if you have any questions or you need to look up something, and you probably can find the answer here. They have boards for all the RPG makers, I think. Yeah, even back to 2000, 2003. So it's a very good resource. Not sure about this though. It's a wiki, but is it an actual wiki, or is it just an information dump? I think it's just information. As for, I think MV might have some documentation with it. Might. Gotta close all my windows. Let's see, properties, go to, oh, it's a Steam game, duh. I think it's on my C drive. Actually, no, I know how to get there. Or it might have been something I downloaded that was like a text-based kind of guide for it. A lot of the stuff you can find like in tooltips. Not sure if that stuff's in there for the messages. I need to go space. Yeah, so like if you look here, it shows in this list down towards the bottom, a period will wait for a quarter second, a slash with a pipe is 1 second, and a slash with an exclamation point is for a button input. Slash with a caret is don't wait for input after displaying text. So that means it just goes to the next one. So you can do like a time-based delay then to switch it to the next window. And I closed all of my windows, including my chat windows. Okay. Where's the... Oh, there you are. Yeah, I messed around with VX. I did a lot of this game. I made the concept for in XP, and I started to make it, kind of remake it and fix it for VX, and I kind of stopped because there was so much stuff I had to change. And then when MV came out with JavaScript support instead of using Ruby, I was like, okay, I'm going to move it to this now. I think the best thing they did for RPG Maker was to make the scripting JavaScript instead of Ruby. So Ruby's fine and all, but it's got a much higher bar to enter into. In terms of like being able to program for it. So, we were in the process of fixing this missing face. Because my main character decided that he didn't want to use his face anymore, so. Party. Wish there was a way to just change all these, like, all together, like a mass edit. That one's fine. What's going on? Oh. I can ignore that. Party. Party. I'll have to actually change some stuff inside of the next area too, now that I think about it. Okay. I think that's all we have to do. Oh crap. Good thing I decided to check that one. There's this random friggin' just text box in there. Okay, now I think it's this one. And these actually never got changed, so it's a good time to do these. And which one was it? Is it this guy? No, it wasn't that. Well, might have been. I'm trying to remember which ones are mine and which ones are the ones that are not mine. Yeah, I think it's these guys. And the sprites got switched out too. Of course. Oh, I just remembered that too on the, damn. Now we got some more stuff to fix too. Support. Not here, not these ones. These guys over here. I gotta remember where they were facing too. Damn. This is not good. This is definitely not good. Did I actually make a sprite for her yet? I think I was just using, actually we don't have the face on that one. Or you know what? Maybe we don't. Actually, I may have to undo these. I don't think... Well, let me see. What's the movement? Okay, no, yeah. That is... It should be there. Oh, no, wait. No, I'm right. I am totally right. No, I'm totally wrong. I was right the first time. That's what happens when you don't work on a game for a year and a half, then come back to it. Can't remember what stuff was supposed to go where and when. So I think this is one of the just default ones underneath people. What sprite did I use? Maybe we can do it that way. No. I don't want to cancel. What sprite are you? You are people 4 and people 4, 6. So that's what your face sprite should be. People 4, 6. Oh wow, that is. We gotta fix that too. Oh god. There are problems everywhere. Wow. All right. So let's actually fix this instead of just doing some things. Let's fix everything. Well, I'm not going to fix the. Oh hell! I just killed off that line of text. Oh, wait a second. Let's see. Oh, okay. No, this should be nothing. This shouldn't have anything. This is actually, Rigel talking. Whoops. And then this is, this one should be that one, yeah. Okay, now let's fix the actual text on... That actually fits. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Now we gotta do this. They seriously need a way to just mass edit all these things without screwing things up. Pirate mate. Oh, faces. Need faces. Well, I'm not... Yeah. I guess so, yeah. These guys are all generic, kind of just pirates, so... The idea I think I had originally was not to have a face on there, so it's just kind of like a... You know, further kind of indicate that's just random people talking. Oh wow, this one's going to be very, very messy. It's going to get split into another window. Okay, Steam, you can get there. It's one of the weird things with Envy is that Steam will pop up in all the weirdest places. Okay. And one more. Nope, not that one. Okay. Any more text before we get to the next tab? No. Okay, that one's fine. This one's not. Oh, whoops. Not the right one. This one. Pirates. Pirates, yes. More pirates. Alright. Leonard. Woman, so that's P4, and that one. Oh, whoa. Hold up there. We got, gotta fix this. If you're ever gonna do this with, you know, text that you have that kind of is a lot, always make sure you tick that box, otherwise you're gonna cut text out and you have to remember what you put in there. That has happened to me quite a few times. Alright, there we go. Leonard. I don't know how working this is. At some point, I remember there being some really bad bugs that were not allowing Leonard to run around like it was supposed to be able to. Those might still be in here. Hopefully it works, so you can see the whole actual thing the way it's supposed to be. Felto. So it's party. Whoops. Leonard. Leonard. I think that's everything. Should check some. That's Leonard there. So that needs to be supports. No, I think this one is a Rigel. Okay, there he is. At least I named these friggin' events so I know who's what. So that helps tremendously. So I think these guys are all facing this way, these guys are facing this way. Pretty sure. They're all facing this woman. They've cornered in this mine. So basically, these pirates have been using this mine for, it's been a mine for stashing their hoard while they're pillaging the countryside. And she happens to come in here and stumble upon it, and they're trying to figure out what to do with her. Just can't let her go. And as they're doing what pirates do, Geen and Felter are playing outside, and they hear her scream, and they go to investigate, and that's how this whole thing starts. These guys are facing this way. Okay. 2 more. Okay, let's see if this actually will work all the way through. Oh, wait. Get myself on the right side here. Okay. I'm actually gonna let the text, let you be able to read the text, so. Yeah, there we go. And if you say no, he says something different. I'll say no this time. There's also a problem here where, actually no, I did fix it. I slowed him down. It used to be that he moved so fast that he would get on this side of you and he wouldn't be able to get around him because he'd just like constantly be like moving where you're moving and blocking you from going this direction. This is my answer to doing a party member chain without having anybody in the party. It's not very efficient, but... They didn't go up far enough, did they? Damn. That shouldn't... Well, that might be a problem. And some of the guys didn't... I guess they did move the way they were supposed to. Oh, hell. Yeah, something's definitely not working right. Geen, you should not be up there. Okay, yeah, definitely broken. He's supposed to come around up behind them. We gotta fix that. So, why did they not go all the way up? So they went up to here and then it kind of stopped here. It didn't go forward. So, player... Yeah. Alright, so we start here, move up or right, then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, Then upper left 3. 1, 2, 3. And then left. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Is that why? And left 1, 2, 3. So it should go up. This one should have one more on it. Yeah, because it says upper left 4. So what was the thing? What did gain? What did I do with gain right there? Okay, yeah, that's what was supposed to happen. Alright. Now it should work. Well, I'm not going to say now it should work. That part should not be broken. Something else is probably broken. I was going to blow through this text this time. No, what? It's where he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be one over to the left, though. He went too many times to the left. Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's going to break something. I'm pretty sure that's going to break something. So... okay, so we start here. Actually, we start here. So I guess it was one off because of that, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 3. Okay, that was the 3s here, so I can't go 4. So then 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2. That's weird. That should have worked the way it was. So move upper right. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Then he stopped here, though. I wonder if I progressed the text too fast. I might have done that. Still working out all the kinks with that, because there's some places where I'm going to have the text not be skippable until a certain point, so I'll have to be delay-based, like I was doing with the other stuff. So the problem with doing eventing like this is that sometimes starting things can break other things when you're doing it all in the same event. The main problem is we have too many parallel events. The can really chug on some systems. So I have to do all kinds of weird stuff to prevent that. Okay. Let's see. Alright. I'm not going to touch anything this time. Oh, damn, no. It still didn't do it right. It definitely did not do something right. Let me see if I can just do this. I don't think I have any triggers that I set. Going into there. Weird, now it works. It works from there. Where do we get, where are we getting teleported to? Where are you sending me? Oh. Really? Really? That's weird. It should have been like a loop teleport. Oh, maybe it's because the parallel processing was on, so it wasn't didn't process it. Okay, I think that probably will fix it. see what happens. This is the kind of stuff you have to deal with in RPG Maker, unfortunately. Okay. There we go. That was the problem. Okay, where were we? We're past all this. There we go. Oh my god. No! Face missing. Face is missing. I missed something. Damn it. So... where are you? See somebody back there? Damn it, there it is. I missed one down here too. Crap. Missing faces. Bane of my existence. I missed a bunch. Holy crap. How did I miss these? Okay, double check the rest of them. Now, I wonder if I could just go back to the game and, like... No, because it's a save thing. Yeah, have to refresh. What I can do, now that I know that's working, just throw us in here. Alright. This is actually good. This is actually very good. So I did not know all this stuff was broken. Okay. Goal mine. I have no clue why I named it then. Okay. Here we go. Oh, that text is messed up. Pretty sure, well, I don't know, that could be spelled right, but I don't think it is. Naive. Oh wow, I put the wrong picture on that one. It's got the wrong face. Oh damn. Well, that's interesting. Oh, damage. Okay. The damage sprites are not there. And Rigel's damage sprite isn't there either. Okay, we gotta fix that. That's getting super annoying. So... yeah, these guys, okay. I mean, they're getting erased, though. So maybe not this one. There's a pirate that has one, though. Oh, it's this guy. This one. Supports... or no, it's gotta be damage, right? Wait, have I not added those sheets in yet? I know I have damage tiles for them, I think. I'll just do some generic one for now. Where are the downs for the... Here we go. Which one are you now? There you are, these guys. Well, they're only down, facing down. Well, I guess we'll just do it that way. Placeholders. These guys both get just destroyed, so... Oh, never mind, that one doesn't. This one does, though. So one of them just gets killed and obliterated. These other two are just knocked out, I guess. Damage to this guy. Now, do I have Rigels, though? That's what I'm worried about. So it should be a down for the support. But I haven't added it yet. Okay. So, placeholder. Guess that'll do for now. Is there anybody else? These guys just get removed because they get... Oh no, these are down too. Crap. That was down 2, down 2. Down 2. Damage 2, rather. That one gets erased. This one gets erased. So those two get away. Okay. Wait, let me fix that text as well while we're here. Yeah, definitely. Do that. I guess those were fine. That one was fine. I'll have to check that again. There was another one somewhere that was almost up. It wasn't just that one box there. Apply. Oh, while I'm over here, let's also go to the road and fix that Rigel box real quick. It's kind of near the top. Yeah, here it is. All right. Eventually I'll also get like emotions for these portraits too. Maybe it was just that one window. some glitchy freakiness going on with that one. That one at the top's like spinning around. It's pretending to be the that girl from The Exorcist. Oh, I didn't fix that. Oh well. Oh god. Again. At least it's not like a hard crash. There should be a space there. Oh wow, there should be a couple spaces. Jeez. And then this transitions to the to this scene. Eventually. God. I wonder if it's going to keep doing this from now on because it's like loaded it into memory or something. I think so. So which one was it that was causing that? So this guy... Oh, this guy should be erased. Oh, no, wait. He ends up over here, right. Well, no. Pirate down. He gets erased. This guy gets erased. Do I change the sprite in the event somewhere? So power down on... So when exactly did that happen? It was after they actually were removed, wasn't it? Okay, we got some switches we're turning on. So 98, 99, and 100 are getting turned on. So do those do anything on any of these guys? They shouldn't. Pirate clear 2. Or pirate 2 clear, pirate 6 clear, and part 5 clear. Part 4 down. 97. So 8, 9, and 100. Part 4 down on. Rigel down on. The issues you have to solve. This friggin' game engine. Of course, this is only happening because I changed things. Okay, now we should be able to just blow through the text. Okay, so comes over here. 1, 1. This guy, Rigel down, that guy's going. Okay, they leave. So, you kids should get back to the village, and right as that happens, that's when the first one happens. And it's Pirate Mate PNG. Looks like a sprite, not a face though. A character sheet. So, let's have a look. Crap. So, wait turn. There's another space missing. So I don't actually do anything here, it just turns around. So it's got it has to be one of the guys that's still here. Part 1 down. He gets erased. Maybe one of these guys that's set to none had a and that's weird. This one's actually using the one above it instead of the one there. Notice that too. I think it's because of the movement or something. Turn that off maybe. Oh, I wonder if... I think it gets erased. I wonder if... Well, no, this is on the... this is on this, so that should be fine. Still, I'm going to take all the walkings off of these guys that are going to be knocked out. Pretty sure I don't change anything. You can change the sprites and portraits from events, but I don't think I did that. Let's see. Set movements. Pirate 2. Switch on 100, 99, 98. Rigel down. Turn right, move right. Pirate 1 down, 3 down. Leonard move. Okay. Oh, that's okay. That's game. That's a teleport back. That's why we're getting stuck in a loop. Right, because we don't really need to be able to teleport back because we're just gonna. So it's scene that happens. So true. Okay. But I was throwing myself here, and so I was off by 1. Huh. This is very strange. What's really weird is it only happens. Doesn't happen until that one specific line of dialogue. And that one line of dialogue, there's nothing before it. It's just the this one. It's just this movement. It's not one of these images from the text. Huh. Very weird. Alright, let's run this again. So it doesn't happen until it's so something's like in the background happening, and so invalid. Let's see, tool. What the hell? Property toolbar, unexpected property managers. Invalid arguments for argument 2. Property toolbar, unexpected property. Schema details. So some random dude's super tools engine's causing some problems. But this is the one that we're getting here. Pirate mate not found. Okay, so the next thing we can do is actually add this in. So it's looking for. I think this through an error because I came out into the into that. Crap! I need to reload this. Let's just create a file, like a blank file, and give it the name once and put it where it wants it. I can figure that out later. I think I can just go through this. Well, actually, not quite. If they aren't in place by the time you get to the point where Guyan moves, it kind of will jack things up. Alright, so. Comes Leonard, it's gonna jack up these two guys. And then that guy and Rigel. This guy's the leave. Rigel turns around, or Leonard turns around, village, and then eventually there. Image characters, pirate mate, PNG. Okay. Yeah, it's a spreadsheet. I'm just gonna grab this guy, copy it, and rename it. Oh, wow. Why is this guy still here? So the last one to leave. Oh, it's this guy. This guy's sprite was set up incorrectly. I thought I checked them all, though. Weird. Okay, that should fix that. Okay, and then it goes to this. And that's how the flashback is supposed to go. Okay, I'm supposed to be up there in front. I put myself down here by accident last time. So yeah, working with this thing can be a pain in the arse sometimes. Kind of really got off the track of plotting story over overviewing and into this stuff, but this is good too. Fixed a bunch of things. It also shouldn't break. I think not the pun I did last time. Actually, I might continue into the next scene of the game. We'll see. Don't remember if I fixed everything up to the point where it will actually do that. At one point, I actually looped back around and started doing the text again. I think I fixed that. This is what was supposed to happen. Oh, right, those two guys get broken. So I made them go down too soon. And then this happens too soon too. That's not supposed to happen until they get up to here and stop in front of these two guys. Oh, it does. Cool. Ah, no, the face is gone again. I just have to go through everything and replace the faces, I think. I think on every single text box. Oh well. So yeah, I have face palming right now. So much friggin' work to do to fix all this stuff. Didn't realize how broken it was. Okay though, we got this whole thing kind of is working now. It's working now. We can go from the beginning of it to the end of it without it crashing. Finally, so well, without it throwing a no face error or some other ridiculous nonsense. The rest of it, though, I think the rest of the game's probably broken. I'll have to go through and fix all that stuff. I think that's probably a good place to stop for today for the stream. Actually, I went a little bit over. I meant to just do an hour and a half to 2 hours, and we're at 3 hours, 20 minutes. So, thanks for watching if you watched live, and again, thanks for following Hunting Swan, Mr. Apothec, and Abrancy95, I think. It's 95. Appreciate it. For watching this afterwards on YouTube, I'd appreciate it if you'd, appreciate it if you have any comments or questions, leave them below. Also appreciate it if you'd subscribe to the YouTube channel or follow on Twitch, and I will see you tomorrow. I have something special planned for tomorrow, but I'm going to leave it a surprise. If it works. If it doesn't work, then we'll do what I said we were going to do yesterday, which is just do a bunch of fighting games. But if it does work, we're going to do fighting games, but it'll be something a little bit different. If it doesn't, if I can't get it working, then I'll tell you what it was supposed to happen, and then you'll know for, I guess, probably Thursday. That's when we'll probably do that then. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow.